good spot to be. Basically, based on the historical data, you want to be.
Alrighty, what's going on, dudes and dudettes? So, I'm gonna show you a little quick version of a live draft, how it goes, and all the tension it has. Luckily, I'm not in the forsaken spot of picking first because then you usually have to wait like 19 picks until you get your next pick, and then you're kind of lucky because then you get 2 picks straight ahead, but then you still gotta wait another 19. So it's tough. Try to do as much Chargers close to color as I could because for some reason I still don't have a Chargers jersey or a shirt, but I think we know why because I'm still kind of iffy about becoming a full-fledged fan, but I'm still sticking in there at least for the next 4 or 5 years. So I think you can see a little bit of the screen right now. What's going on? Usually you need some type of closest thing to a computer. It's a lot easier to bring up the draft because you can kind of work it on your phone, but it really doesn't come out as good. But so I sort of messed up a few times, so I kind of always end up picking a quarterback early. But now I've definitely done a bit of my homework, so I am gonna save that to like the 5th or 6th round, maybe the 4th if it is a good enough quarterback to take at that moment. But there's a lot of guys that are going way later that are really good in my opinion, so I'm gonna stick with those guys at the moment. 1 minute till the start of the draft, and the unlucky person that randomly got picked number 1 was my brother, who's in the same fantasy league as my own, along with our cousin as well. But he did get the first pick, so he's unlucky. But in his opinion, he does get the best player first. So see how this goes. I actually picked a real team name this year, unlike previous years where I kind of just let it make up its own name. It does like weird, like Steven Swell Team or Awesome Team or some kind of stooge adjective to explain your team. But went with the ex-presidents because a Point Break, obviously, if you know that reference. Watched that pretty recently, so I said might as well just go with that. Pretty well known, even though I hadn't really seen it till like this year. Let's go. 2, 1. Draft officially started, so see who he picks. Well, he went with Todd Gurley, who I had number 1. It's all good. Le'Veon Bell goes next. Whoever picks second. That was the second on my queue list. So, see how this goes. My next player went off Duke Johnson, the 3rd pick. So we'll see. Hopefully everybody's in their draft and not straight up auto picks. We have to wait. But surprisingly, next pick is Ezekiel Elliott. So, and Saquon Barkley just got picked. So I've always wanted this because I've never had Antonio Brown whenever I played. So I'm gonna pick him. So that's what I was trying to allude to before. Is your first couple picks should be guys who are gonna get the most points collectively for you that have more than one spot. So running backs, receivers, you want to snatch up as many of those guys as you can. Tight end, eventually one person's going to get the top 5 at least good guys. There's a few guys that could have breakout seasons, but you just never know. So you have to wait. Kind of like your quarterback situation, and then kickers and defenses, you could always wait till the end because eventually those guys are all going to mess up anyways because of how far the extra point is now, and it's just so surprising how many of those guys miss nowadays. But right after my pick, DeAndre Hopkins, Alvin Kamara, Odell Beckham, Julio Jones. So I got to choose between Melvin Gordon or Leonard Fournette. Whew. Do I go with my Chargers? I had him last year, but he was kind of off and on. Leonard Fournette did really good for me, but is he going to have the sophomore jinx? I don't know. It's going to be tough. Let's see. Whew. You know what? Since this is a Chargers channel, I'm going to pick Melvin Gordon. There you go. First Charger drafted. I'm sure Keenan Allen will be next, and thinking about Phillip Rivers maybe because he can have a breakout year just because he has a lot more weapons. Mike Williams is an interesting guy to look at as well from the Chargers. Kareem Hunt goes next. And Jerick McKinnon, he was going to be my sleeper pick. He is getting picked pretty high, but it does say he's injured, and I think John Lynch came out saying that he wouldn't play until most likely week 1, which is kind of alarming a bit, just because you want these guys to get at least some reps, and then who knows if it's going to come back up again. Thomas from New Orleans gets picked. Keenan Allen gets picked next. Leonard Fournette is the next guy. So at least we weren't able to get an extra player or an extra team. So I had to cut down from 9 that we had. We were supposed to have 10, but ended up only having 8. So someone unluckily got cut from last year's team, but it's all good. At least when you're the commissioner, you have to make those type of decisions, because no one else is gonna obviously put their stuff up, and then if they do, it might be too many people, and then you're screwed. But looking at my queue, I mean, there's a few guys. I mean, there's Devontae Freeman still, Tyreek Hill. I think Juju Smith is still gonna have a breakout year, so I don't know. Depending if McKinnon and Freeman get picked, then I might go Juju Smith. Obviously, a USC connection. Had him last year too. Pretty awesome breakout year. You gotta always trust some of these very young guys, especially the rookies, running backs, because they could do really well for you. I heard Saquon Barkley had an injury or has a hamstring injury right now, and they are kind of, holding him back a little bit, but it is kind of alarming to me just because of how much people are saying they're going to use him in their offense, and he was already used so freaking much at Penn State, so I mean, you got to worry about stuff like that, and he still isn't getting, those reps, those much needed reps. So Mike Evans went, Robert Gronkowski, Devontae Freeman went, Dalvin Cook, Travis Kelce, Stephon Diggs, who was a guy I would have liked, but it's alright. I'm picking next, so Adam Thielen just went. You know what? I think a lot of people are holding off on McKinnon, so I can wait a little bit, see how long he lasts, so I just drafted Tyreek Hill. There you go. So far on my team, I have Antonio Brown, first pick, Melvin Gordon, second round pick. Then we also had Juju Smith, and now Tyreek Hill. So probably look to be another running back coming up right here. Maybe another receiver. And then now that it's going to be round 5 pretty soon, probably get into the quarterbacks. There hasn't really been any quarterbacks picked. It's kind of surprising everybody's has done their homework. So you kind of interesting because right now it's the 5th round and Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, all the quarterbacks are still available. So I might end up picking one of these guys because they're still available right now. But we'll see what my brother does right now. He's still deciding. So after me, Jarvis Landry went, who I liked, Larry Fitzgerald, Ty Hilton, or T.Y. Hilton, Amari Cooper. A few of those guys I had on my queue, but I was kind of questionable to get them. Brother ended up picking Zach Ertz, pretty good. Had him up there too. Kind of always upset that somehow the best defensive USA soccer person ended up marrying him. So it hurts my heart a little bit, but I always support USA sports. Don't know about our politics, but that's another conversation for another day. So we'll see. First quarterback picked, and he had to choose Aaron Rodgers, so hopefully that doesn't start the trend right now, because I would like to pick Deshaun Watson and stick with him, because I think he's fully recovered from that injury. So Aaron Rodgers, now Josh Gordon, Jordan Howard from Chicago just got picked. 2 more picks, still me. Don't do it. Don't do it, Sean. Doug Baldwin. I don't know why you do that. And of course, Deshaun Watson just gets picked. Right before, so I have to choose between Jimmy Garoppolo or Kirk Cousins. I'm gonna go with the hot hand and Garoppolo. He was one of the guys I've been targeting all off season, and luckily he stayed healthy. And I'm gonna have to stick with him right now. And surprisingly, McKinnon still hasn't been picked, but that injury, maybe some people know a bit more than I do, because nobody seemed to want to pick him yet. It's kind of surprising. But, oh, he just got picked. Speak of the devil. Now Joe Mixon just got picked. Yeah. So a few guys I have left on my queue. Allen Robinson in Chicago. Could be a nice pick right here. Or Alex Collins, the Baltimore running back. So Golden Tate just got picked. And Demaryius Thomas, who I was looking at. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to go with Alex Collins right here. He seems to be the only featured back in Baltimore right now. And he could have a better year if Lamar Jackson starts, but then again, you know, Joe Flacco always fed Ray Rice too, so you never know. It could work out in my favor. Or, as you say it in Spanish, favor, even though it's spelled the same. So right now I have 3 receivers, 2 running backs, and 1 quarterback. I think I could still wait on the tight end. I have a guy in my back pocket that I want. Same thing with the kicker. I already know a guy that I can get later. So depending on who's higher ranked right now, whether it's running back or receiver, I'm going to pick him. Whoever's in my queue. Don't matter. Yeah, so right now I have, it's going to be Royce Freeman, another rookie running back that should get a lot of playing time, but for some reason hasn't. Lamar Miller, so they have Freeman, the rookie, projected higher than Miller, but who else is there at Houston, you know, as a running back? So we'll see. And hopefully no one else is watching this, but Josh Dotson, he's going to be a especially good player this year, sneaky good, so hopefully nobody is going to pick him just yet, but we'll see. So we had, Allen Robinson got picked, Chris Hogan, Derrick Henry, Tom Brady just went, Kenyon Drake, and Russell Wilson. Jay Ajayi just went, so I got 1 more pick until mine, and we'll see who's left of those guys that I mentioned on my queue. So Jimmy Graham just got picked. I don't know. I'm going to have to go with the rookie, Royce. They've been talking him up so much, so you always got to take a chance on the rookie, whether it's running back or receiver. You always got to. So, since I have 3 running backs, 3 receivers, at least 2 more each of those positions, 1 more quarterback I always like to keep, just in case. I'm saving that for the rookie out of USC, Sam Darnold, who's most likely going to get the start in New York. So Drew Brees just went, LaShawn McCoy, Matt Stafford. Who knows what's going to happen with LaShawn McCoy, if he might get even, taken out. So let's see. No, I'm gonna take a shot at it. I'm gonna get Dotson now. do need. I'm gonna add a few tight ends to my queue. A few of them are starting to get picked right now, so I'm gonna at least get some of the guys that are gonna make somewhat of an impact. Greg Olson still here, Kyle Rudolph, Trey Burton. I like Vance McDonald, but I don't know why he's injured. Kittle's the same thing, he's injured. I had some hope for him. Really like Jack Doyle, David Njoku. Yeah, I got a few good guys there, so next pick will be a tight end. We'll see who's available. Greg Olson just got picked. Lamar Miller, Marshawn Lynch, Corey Davis, Brandon Cooks. So yeah, so far still have Rudolph, Trey Burton. Trey Burton I'll be happy with because he's supposedly a guy who's going to break out. He was the third stringer basically in Philadelphia. Hardly had any playing time. And now that he signed with Chicago, he should be the number one dude, especially since Trubisky, even though to me he's not that great yet because he doesn't really complete that many things down the field. But he does go through the middle a lot, so let's see. Moving along, so Marvin Jones, Marquise Goodwin, that was the guy I forgot to queue up, who I probably would have preferred over Josh Dotson, but of course, I don't know why it tells you can queue up a lot of people, and then right when you get to your thing, it has it all empty, so I don't understand that. But, yeah, just dropped that, but it's all good. We're still going. Oh, see? Yep. It's a light right there. Let's see if that helps a little bit more. Of course. Stupid phone has to vibrate. Change this a little bit. Running out of time. So Trey Burton's still available. I'm picking that dude. I know he's from Oregon, but it's all about points, and no matter who's on your team. That's why I think eventually, if the Chargers don't win anything, because of course Philip Rivers wants to still be the quarterback until they get into their new stadium, which is in at least 2 more years. Even though his contract's up after this one, it's gonna be a very tough road. So I'd rather him not. But like I was saying, we'll see. Alright, I'm going to do it. Kyle Rudolph is still there, so I took my 2 tight ends, so that's pretty much it. I might go kicker and defensive now, so there seems to be a run on the top players at those positions right now, so might as well get one before they're all gone. Kickers, see what defenses are left. Do we know if J.J. Watt is even going to play officially this year? I still haven't heard that much, but I don't know. Not that many great available ones. Yep, there was a run. So Julian Edelman, Justin Tucker, the kicker. Matt Bryant, the kicker. David Njoku just got picked also. Tight end. Cleveland, very athletic. And just never know officially which quarterback is ever going to start up there. It should be, obviously, Baker Mayfield, but I think he'd be even better if he just waited a year, but we'll see. Hope everybody can kind of hear me well still. I know I forgot to mic up my thing, put my mic in, but it's a quick setup. Didn't really know the good angle or have a good angle, but this is the best angle I had to be closest to the internet, because this thing kind of whacks out if you're not on a good high-speed internet, or at least closest to it. But what did I say I was going to do? Kicker and the defense, right? So, I mean, I was impressed with Graham Gano the other day. How many? I think he made like 4 of them. So I was surprised that he did that. So obviously he has my vote of confidence to last. But just does suck his bye week is number 4. So I would eventually have to get somebody else for him. But yeah, Graham Gano picked. So either way, I need a defense. So I have Pittsburgh queued up. But Denver, I'm still having trouble. New England, Houston. Chargers were there, but obviously they were picked. Even though they were lower down, they still got picked. So some people still have high hopes for them, but Pittsburgh is available. So F it. I'm going to take them just because I need to fill those spots up. So I need at least another running back officially. And then I could do another kicker, but, or another quarterback. Yeah, I think officially another running back. Surprisingly, Ronald Jones is there, but I'm surprised he's not doing a lot better than he is right now. Kind of sucks. Expected a lot from him this year. Him, Isaiah Crowell, kind of high on right now. As far as everybody else, I mean, they're either injured or not going to be good enough. So yeah, hopefully those 2 are available by the time my next pick comes, about like 6 or so. Yeah, so definitely getting 1 running back and most likely a quarterback. Surprisingly, Andrew Luck is still available that I have queued up. It's pretty crazy. But, I mean, if he's my bench quarterback, then I think I'd rather have that over Sam Darnold, the rookie, who might go undrafted and then probably picked up once everybody finds out he's officially the starter. So, I don't know. Crowell is ranked higher than Jones. So yeah, I'm going to have to go with Crowell. Sorry, Ronald Jones. So yeah, luckily, I only put like 45 seconds per pick, so you have to pick them pretty fast. Still got a lot of bench available. So definitely the quarterback. I could save up spots for the tight end and kicker again. Let's see. Well, he's there, so I'm gonna take him. So my quarterbacks are set. So, best available. Kicker, running back, and defense. Definitely make sure you don't pick two kickers or defenses that have like the same bye week too, because then you're completely screwed. But let's see. Good guy still available. Seven. Yeah, it's not as appealing to probably watch somebody draft, but I don't know how people watch others like play video games and stuff like that. That to me is very weird. And then like paying also to like have to watch them play. It's pretty kind of weird too, in my opinion. But to each their own. Take Pierre Garcon to fill up my receivers. Now I'm done drafting receivers. Got to find another running back somewhere. Yeah, surprisingly, Ronald Jones is still there. Tariq Cohen, I mean, you kind of want him. You did have some surprises the past couple years, but never anything consistent. Sucks. Because he is a very explosive player, but maybe, finally has a more consistent guy there. Help him out a lot. So I'm taking New England. Finish up my defenses. So I got 2 more spots left for a running back and a kicker. So Will Lutz, Robbie Gould, which I'm kind of more high on. I kind of thought he was out of the NFL, but he has a chance up in Frisco. Mason Crosby, Will Lutz just got picked. So yeah. And as far as Ronald Jones or Tariq Cohen, they're like 2 spots apart, and it's like either way, they're probably going to give me the same amount of production, but got to take one of these guys because they are more of the higher rated guys that aren't injured. But let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm only thinking high on Ronald Jones, just because, I think we heard that Sims was placed on IR. That's obviously one less guy to fight for the position. So, he is the higher rated guy on my list, so I'm gonna just take him. And I gotta choose between Robbie Gould or Crosby. Surprisingly, if they think Aaron Rodgers is gonna be number one and scoring a lot, why wouldn't they have Crosby higher in points, but or even ranked to get points? But of course, Robbie Gould had to get picked. So we'll see if Mason Crosby lasts. I might have to switch over to the kicker spot real quick to see in case he gets taken. Josh Lambo or Ryan Suckup. Oh, luckily he's still there, so kind of got what I wanted. Yeah. Pretty interesting overall. And of course, girlfriend's calling me when I told her I was going to be busy right now, but I have to miss this call real quick so I can get out of this live stream. But yes, that was my last pick. Mason Crosby was my last pick. I'll recall my girlfriend right now. It's alright, she doesn't watch the videos anyways. It's all good, guys and girls. So Jimmy Garoppolo, most likely going to be my starter. Antonio Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, Melvin Gordon, Alex Collins, Trey Burton at tight end, Tyreek Hill, Royce Freeman, Graham Gano. Who else? We had Mason Crosby, Pittsburgh's defense, New England's defense. Josh Dodson. I wish I would have seen the space because I would have picked Marquise Goodwin. I think him and Garoppolo are going to be really good together. Kyle Rudolph, got him as my bench guy, surprisingly. Isaiah Crowell, Andrew Luck, Pierre Garçon, and Ronald Jones. So we'll see how this team goes. I'm only doing one team this year. Usually I have about 2 to 3 just because they always renew those leagues, but kind of glad the other ones didn't, or I didn't accept those because I can just focus on the one. And then I think a point I was trying to make earlier was eventually that when maybe the Chargers don't win at least one Super Bowl next 4 or 5 years, then I'll just have like a shirt or jersey made out of my fantasy football team, and that's always going to be my team because then it's going to be hard to choose anybody. The main reason I chose the Chargers was because it was a team I was living close to, or the closest to at the time. And that's why I picked USC, because you had to choose between them or UCLA, and so I went with the better. So USC, Lakers, obviously I've been a fan with them forever. Anaheim Ducks, I was still kind of sort of Angels, but I do have a lot more family members that are Dodgers, and I've been to obviously a lot more Dodgers games, so I've been a Dodgers fan as well. So plus I don't want to get my butt kicked. But yeah, thanks for watching, people. It's been a fun, quick, that's the way I like it, quick draft, only half an hour, which is awesome. But thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what y'all think, and have a great rest of your day.